How is going on today? I'm here with my WWE Crown Jewel 2018 pay-per-view predictions. Of course, Crown Jewel's live on the WWE Network, as well as pay-per-view tomorrow morning or afternoon, of course, depending where you live, at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And overall, like I said, going to Crown Jewel. At first, I honestly was excited for the show. I thought the card was shaping to be pretty damn good. Great, actually. I was actually looking forward to almost every match at that point. I thought the tournament was star-studded. The WWE title match was must-see. The Universal title match intrigued me because, I thought the three of them could, if Lesnar wanted to compete, could put on an awesome triple threat. Of course, then we had the in-ring return of Shawn Michaels for the first time in 8.5 years. So, at first, I thought Crown Jewel shaped to be great. And then, of course, the controversy surrounding Saudi Arabia happened. And the last 2 weeks, pretty much the show went from Crown Jewel to card subject to change because everything was just changing like that. Of course, we had the unfortunate incident with Roman Reigns with him and his leukemia returning. So, of course, that changed the Universal title match. And then you have, top guys refusing to compete on the show, Daniel Bryan and John Cena, because they refused to go to Saudi Arabia. So, of course, they had to be replaced on this show. And then, the main event, Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement, just seems like a huge after that. It seems like it got so overshadowed by all the controversy and the negative publicity WWE is getting for doing in Saudi Arabia still. This whole show became such a huge mess, and it's such a shame because it could have been something great. I honestly do believe this pay-per-view could have been a great pay-per-view, but, just because of the controversy surrounding it, the negative publicity, everything just being overshadowed and just, being an afterthought, it just seems like a whole mess, and it just seems like WWE just wants to get through with the show and just get it over with already, and it's a shame. I honestly do believe this could have been a great show. I'm not saying it's not going to be a great show still. It still could very well be a great show, but I think the potential of this show should have been way bigger than it was. They have to downplay it because it's in Saudi Arabia, but I definitely feel like they could have made this seem like a lot bigger deal, and it's just, I don't know, to me, like I said, I was looking forward to it at first, and now it's just a huge mess, and I just want to get through this pay-per-view already. And it really sucks because, like I said, Shawn Michaels' first match in 8.5 years, and it's pretty much nothing. It doesn't really mean anything. It's meaningless. They didn't treat it like a big deal. So, I don't know. Crown Jewel, it's just a fucking mess. That's all I can really say about Crown Jewel. It's just a huge, huge, huge mess. But of course, on Crown Jewel, we'll be having the first ever WWE World Cup tournament. Of course, 4 competitors from Raw, 4 competitors from SmackDown Live. From SmackDown Live, of course, we'll be having The Miz, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio representing SmackDown Live. And of course, on Raw, we're supposed to be having, well, we do still have Dolph Ziggler, Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, and who was supposed to be John Cena, was supposed to be in this tournament. But of course, John Cena refused to work the show, so he was replaced by Bobby Lashley, who they couldn't have picked the worst replacement, if you ask me. They could have literally picked anyone else and been better than Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley is placing John Cena in the World Cup tournament to determine the best in the world, might I add. They have to emphasize that this cup will determine who is the best in the world. Not the WWE champion, not the Universal champion, but whoever wins this match, whoever wins this tournament will be the best wrestler in the world, according to WWE. So I think it's a pretty stacked field for the most part still. Even with Bobby Lashley's inclusion, I do think this is a stacked tournament and should be a lot of fun still. So I am looking forward to the World Cup tournament. I think it'll be fun for what it is, even though I don't think it means anything. Just like the Greatest Royal Rumble trophy and championship, that didn't mean anything for Braun Strowman. But I do think this could do favors for the winner, especially considering with SmackDown Live, there's stakes for SmackDown Live, which I like. So, because if the SmackDown Live competitor that makes it to the finals does not win, they will be fired. So I do like the fact that they added stakes. It makes the SmackDown Live competitors need to win this tournament even more. So I do like that element to it that they added. So I thought that was a nice touch. The Bar will be defending their SmackDown Tag Team titles against the New Day in a rematch. They've had great matches in the past, so expecting another good one here as well. We're having what was supposed to be AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship against Daniel Bryan, but of course Daniel Bryan was amongst the two that refused to work this show, so that match actually got bumped up to SmackDown Live this past Tuesday. Great match. We'll love to see it on pay-per-view. Hopefully we do get a pay-per-view match between those one day, but they had a great match on SmackDown Live. AJ, of course, retained, and he will now be defending his WWE Championship against Samoa Joe. Definitely just a filler for AJ, I guess. To be perfectly honest, I would have just scrapped a WWE title match on the show completely. I just would have let AJ stay home and not even wrestle on the show. But they're doing him and Joe again. I guess Joe was the go-to guy to replace Bryan, which, I don't know, I feel like they could have put someone else in there. Maybe a non-title match against like Rusev or, I don't know, someone else, like a mid-card. Even Shelton Benjamin. I'd like to see, I thought Shelton Benjamin could have been a good replacement and maybe a non-title match at Crown Jewel. But AJ and Joe, once again, for the WWE Championship for the 4th straight pay-per-view, is what it is. It should be a great match, but I don't care to see it at this point. I think it's very easy who's going to win, too, so whatever. than we're supposed to be having, which was originally supposed to be a triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. But of course, as we all know, Roman Reigns' leukemia returned, so he was therefore forced to vacate the championship, and now we'll be getting Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar one-on-one. Of course, the winner becoming the brand new Universal Champion. I would have loved to have seen it still be a triple threat match, adding Drew McIntyre to the match. I think that would have been the best thing they could have done. But Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, I think they can have a good match still. You know, they had a match in No Mercy last year, which was like pretty much whatever, because, you know, it was basically just Lesnar destroying Strowman in like 7 minutes or whatever. But, you know, I think they can do a better job here, and hopefully they go with the right guy winning. So Lesnar and Strowman, not too excited for it, but I think they can put on a pretty good match if they really want to. Then, of course, we'll be having the big return of Shawn Michaels. Of course, after 8.5 years, Shawn Michaels will be returning to the ring, the team up with Triple H, D-Generation X taking on the Brothers of Destruction. This is the match that you would have thought would have happened like 1998. 20 years later, this match is happening. And, you know, I want to be excited for it, but I just know, like, match quality-wise, it's not going to be the greatest. But, you know, the fact that we see Shawn Michaels wrestle again, even though I am against it, I don't think Shawn Michaels should ever be wrestling again. But the fact that it's happening, I'm not going to take away from it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, nope, I'm rejecting it. I don't care for it. I'm excited. Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. So I'm very excited to see him come back in the ring. And hopefully, you know, this opens the door for more matches in the future. Maybe with guys like AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. I think a singles with The Undertaker is almost for sure to happen. Just opens the door now to a lot of possibilities. So I'm pretty excited to see where the future goes going forward. But Brothers Destruction versus DX, you know, like I said, a match that should happen 20 years ago, but it's happening now. So it's going to be exciting to see. It's going to be pretty awesome, I think. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be, you know, hopefully a good match. Not expecting too much out of it, but I'm just more intrigued to see how Shawn Michaels, how he holds up. Because I still do think that Shawn Michaels can come out and still have an amazing match and still look absolutely amazing. So I'm very excited to see Shawn Michaels back. So that's pretty much the card for Crown Jewel. And that way, seeing more time, let's go ahead and jump right into predictions. WWE World Cup Tournament first round match, Intercontinental Champion and Raw Tag Team Champion Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. I think it's an easy win for Seth Rollins here. I think, you know, Bobby Lashley is just a replacement, so I don't know what reason to have to advance. Seth Rollins, I can definitely see him go to the semifinals easily, and hopefully have a good match with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley isn't the most entertaining person to watch, so Seth Rollins is absolutely awesome, so hopefully he can bring a good match out of him. But yeah, like I said, my pick is Seth Rollins to advance to the semifinals. WWE World Cup Tournament first round match, Jeff Hardy versus The Miz. I'm going to go ahead and say The Miz, you know, gets a win out of Jeff Hardy here. I just don't see Jeff Hardy advancing. I don't know why, but I just don't see him advancing. I think Miz, you know, weaseling his way into semifinals is probably the best option. They've had good matches in the past, so I'm hoping that Miz and Jeff Hardy have another good match here. Like I said, Miz is my pick to advance to the semifinals of the World Cup Tournament. SmackDown Tag Team Championship Match. SmackDown Tag Team Champions The Bar versus The New Day. I'm going to go ahead to The Bar retain the tag team titles here. I don't see what reason they had to drop it 2 weeks after winning them. This will be another good match. You know, Super Showdown had a fun match, and of course at SmackDown 1000 they had a really good match as well. So I'm expecting another really fun match here from The Bar and The New Day. You know, they'll probably do a 6-man tag, the Big Show down the line on SmackDown Live, or maybe another pay-per-view. But for this match right here, I do see The Bar walking out still the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. WWE World Cup Tournament first round match, Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. I'm going to go ahead and say Rey Mysterio defeats Randy Orton. I know Orton's been on a roll, you know, the last couple months as a heel, but I don't see him losing, you know, here hurts. I don't think I'll hurt him. You know, Mysterio can win by a fluke too, to, you know, protect Orton as well, but I don't see, you know, Orton advancing, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to go ahead and say Rey Mysterio defeats Randy Orton to advance to the semifinals. WWE World Cup Tournament first round match, Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler. I think this is an easy win for Kurt Angle. I don't think Dolph Ziggler has a chance in hell at winning this match. I would have loved to see this match, you know, 6 years ago in 2012, but we're getting it now, so hopefully it's a good little match. You know, hopefully Angle looks better than he has before. But like I said, I do definitely think this is a very easy win for Kurt Angle to defeat Dolph Ziggler and advance to the semifinals of the World Cup Tournament. WWE Championship Match, WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I think this is a very easy, successful title defense for AJ Styles. You know, Samoa Joe is basically Daniel Bryan's replacement. So I don't think there's a chance in hell of winning it. I think it's, like I said, a very easy win for AJ Styles. It should be a great match. You know, they had a great match at SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, and Super Showdown. So I'm expecting another great match here. But like I said, I don't think Samoa Joe has any chance at winning this match against AJ Styles. So it should be great, but obviously my pick will be AJ Styles to retain the WWE Championship. WWE World Cup Tournament Semifinals, the winner of Jeff Hardy and The Miz versus the winner of Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. Since I picked Mysterio and Miz to win, I think they'll be the semifinals for SmackDown Live. Become the winner. I'm going to go into the Miz advances here. I don't see Mysterio advancing. I think Miz will do some shenanigans, defeat Rey Mysterio, especially considering Rey Mysterio defeated the Miz a couple weeks ago on SmackDown Live, and they kind of even the score, and they can have a rubber match on SmackDown Live or whatever. So should be good, but like I said, I do think the Miz will defeat Mysterio to advance to the finals. WWE World Cup Tournament Semifinals match, the winner of Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley versus the winner of Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler. Since I picked the winners to be Rollins and Angle, I do think they'll be the semifinals for Raw. Come the winner, I do expect Kurt Angle to defeat Seth Rollins. I do think Dean Ambrose will get involved and screw Seth Rollins out of the match, which will lead to Kurt Angle winning. I just think that's the most logical thing to do, especially the way they've been building Angle. I think it'd be a shame for him not being in the finals, and of course the feud with Ambrose and Rollins. It just makes sense for Ambrose to screw Rollins. So my pick will be Kurt Angle to advance to the finals. Vacant Universal Championship Match, Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. This has to be the time for Braun Strowman. So Braun Strowman will be my pick to become the brand new Universal Champion. I don't think it makes any sense for Brock Lesnar to win it back, even though if he did, it wouldn't surprise me though, because it's WWE, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if Brock Lesnar won the championship. But I just don't see the plan for Lesnar as champion again. I don't see what route they can possibly go. They've pretty much done everything opponent-wise for Brock for the title, so I don't see what reason you had to win the title back. So Braun Strowman will be my pick to win this match and finally become Universal Champion. Hopefully it's better than their No Mercy match from last year. But yeah, I think Brock Lesnar will get these hands and Braun Strowman will walk out the brand new Universal Champion. WWE World Cup Tournament Finals, SmackDown Live's bracket winner versus Raw's bracket winner. Since I picked The Miz and Kurt Angle to win their brackets, I do think they'll be the finals. And with that being said, I think The Miz will walk out the World Cup Tournament winner and the best in the world. I just see it happening. I think Miz winning it and leading to, going into that WWE title scene. After winning this, it's probably the best thing they can do. Kurt Angle, it won't hurt Kurt Angle. I don't see him winning it, so I don't know. I think Miz and Angle have definitely an interesting match. Hopefully it's the finals. I think that should be the finals, to be perfectly honest. And I do think The Miz will walk out the winner of the World Cup Tournament. And then the main event, D-Generation X versus the Brothers of Destruction. I'm going to go ahead and say the Brothers of Destruction get the win here. I know this is Shawn Michaels' big return, and, you should usually have the guys win the match when they return, but I don't know. Something tells me Brothers of Destruction they're going to win, especially considering that The Undertaker lost Triple H at Super Showdown. I think it just makes sense for the Brothers of Destruction to win here. And then I do think they'll end up doing Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at a future show, hopefully the Royal Rumble. That's what I'm hoping for. And, maybe Shawn Michaels can defeat The Undertaker there. But in this match, I'm just going to say Brothers of Destruction. One surprise at DX1. Hopefully it's a good match. Not really too sure what to expect, but I do think the Brothers of Destruction will get the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed my WWE Crown Jewel 2018 pay-per-view predictions. Like I said, Crown Jewel is live on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending where you live, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Like I said, Crown Jewel is pretty much a big mess. It should have been a bigger deal, should have been a bigger show, but all this controversy, negative publicity, has just turned this into a huge, massive mess to the point where everyone's just like, they just want to get through it. They just want to get through the show and, get to Survivor Series, it seems like. So, Crown Jewel, I want to be excited for it, but it's just a mess. I am excited for Shawn Michaels' return, but that's pretty much about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like below. And of course, tell my review for Crown Jewel tomorrow. I'll see you guys and thank you guys for watching the video.